Hello, I am Jonathan Schultz from the Clock School in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, a division of the Clock Store in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, and we are needing help. We want to teach people how to fix clocks. We want to hire them. We need help in fixing the volume of clocks that come into our store. So why are we opening a school? Well, there's 20 million clocks a year that were made between 1890 and 1940. That's just American clocks. And if that's 1 billion clocks that have been made since but up to 1940, if 5% of them are done, ready, and needing work, that's 50 million clocks out there that are needing work. There are about 200 repair shops like ours in existence. That means 200, about a quarter of a million clocks per shop are needed. Our clock shop alone, listen, takes in 75 to 150 clocks a month. And we just need help fixing them. We just need help repairing them. We need help. We could now hire 12 qualified technicians today. I pay them by the hour, or I pay them by the clock, or by the hour in the clock. It doesn't matter. We just need people to help us. There's no one to hire. We've looked around, so we have to train technicians. That's why we started the school. Hey, one completely blind person did 5 quartz clocks in 1 hour. That means that he got paid $75 for 1 hour's worth of work. Completely blind. Yes, we work with the blind, we work with the disabled, we work with people with criminal records, we work with anybody who wants to make a change. Currently we have a contract with the Oklahoma Department of Rehabilitation Services, and we're a vendor for the Missouri Department of Rehabilitation Services, and hope to be connected with Arkansas and with Kansas, and whoever else wants to have their clients get a job and be a employee. We want to talk to them. We pay $25 a clock for a level 1 service job. This is not repairing, but basically servicing, cleaning it and oiling it, adjusting it, and regulating it. You could usually get one of these done in an hour. If you're slow, 3 hours, but I doubt it. You'll be slow. I can do one in about 45 minutes, and so that's $25 every 45 minutes, or like say $25 an hour if I can have the clocks to do. We pay $50 for a level 2 service job. This takes a little bit more. We disassemble the movement and clean all of the different parts, and then put it back together, oil it, and adjust it and regulate it. You can usually do a level 2 in every 2 to 6 hours. Let's say 3 to 6 hours. That's $50 an hour. And then we pay $75 a clock for a level 3 repair job. This is an overhaul. We take it out, we disassemble, we repair anything that needs repair. We clean, we oil, we regulate. You can do a level 3 overhaul in a day, probably 4 to 7 hours, and we pay you $75 a clock. The cool thing is you can mix and match this stuff, right? You can start a level 1, and while it's cleaning, you can work on a level 2. And while they're both being cleaned, you can do a quartz clock or finish a level 3 overhaul. And so you can make more money doing multiple clocks. And we have plenty of clocks to repair, plenty. I told you we take in between 75 and 150 clocks a month. And that's not including all the clocks of mine that the clock store owns that we would like to be repairing and sending out there for sale. One guy gave us 200 clocks to sell for him, and out of the 200 there's at least 70 that need to be repaired. We need you to help us do that. We want people who want to change. You know, everybody wants change, but not everybody wants to change. And so we're looking for those people who are interested in doing that. Here's what you have to do to be certified and employable by me. You got to get trained, unless you know how to fix clocks, and then come talk to me, and I will evaluate you. And if you can fix them, then we'll talk about hiring you straight out. Is this the right thing for you? I don't know. So we have an assessment. We would rather have you. This course is expensive. These courses are expensive to take. So we like to do a 1 day or half-day assessment. They're $200, up to a whole day of working with you to seeing if you can actually do it. Or there's a weekend warrior class. I like that. It's a 3-day assessment. Costs $350 plus the book is another $30. It's an assessment to let you know if you can do it. And the 3-day assessment is also a good taste of the full basic course. So you can see if you really like to do that before you spend more money on it. Okay, so let's get started. We offer 2 courses that you have to pass or prove that you can do. 101 and 102, Basic Clock Repair and Advanced Clock Repair. Basic Clock Repair, it takes 720 hours to complete. This course covers the 8-day time and strike clock movement, the American kitchen clock. We'll take through all the procedures, all the things that are needed. Like you will learn how to gain confidence with following the repair procedures. All these different things you will learn. And you'll learn a little bit of it at the Weekend Warrior class, but you can see all the different things we'll be teaching you. So in the Weekend Warrior class, you'll be able to work on one movement and take it apart, put it together, and do some repair and stuff. But on the full course, you'll do 30 or 40 movements to make sure that you know what you're doing. You'll disassemble, you'll clean. You'll clean the movement by hand and ultrasonic cleaner. We'll teach you all of those different things. How to recondition wheels and arbors and pivots and all those other cool words. You'll be replacing bushings with a tool and by hand. You will repair click components. You'll do the clutch mechanism, the governor. Those are probably things you don't understand, but we want to teach you about them. Levels and levers and lifters, and finally reassembling the movement. That's only on the time and strike movement. To oil it, you adjust the beat. You use an electronic timer. The time train troubleshooting tips. All these different things. How to make sure that the clock, when it walks out, when it is taken out of the store, that it is at level, beating correctly in beat, and regulated so it is not too fast and not too slow. The advanced clock repair, of course, takes 101 to do first, and then we'll go further. We'll do spring barrels. We'll do rack and snail strike mechanisms, Hermele kind of stuff. We'll go into the work with some electric clocks and some quartz clocks and all sorts of different things, all sorts of different clocks like that. We'll take a look at weight-driven clocks as well as spring-driven clocks, pendulum-driven clocks as well as the floating balance wheel clocks. Here are the procedures. Basically, interesting things. We thought about having you sketch of the movement before disassembly. That's a good thing. But also, you know, pictures are cheap now. So you'll be able to take pictures on your cell phone or on a camera so that when you want to put it back together, you can figure out where the heck everything went. We'll teach you the proper names of the clock components. Listen, this is not a place where you say we need a thingamajig or a doowacky. All those might be the name of something. It's not a name at the clock store. So we want you to make sure that you know how the names of the different components. We want to make sure that you understand how to put teeth, replacing teeth in spring barrels, replacing teeth on gears. How to do all of that, how to install mainsprings, how to calculate the length of the spring. Actually, we're going to teach you some metallurgy, what the different kinds of brass are and how they react to heat and how they react to cleaners and things like that. Okay, so we'll take pinion teeth out, put them back in. We'll reassemble all the components between the plates. We'll oil it. We'll do all the things that needs to be done. We'll teach you about deadbeat escapement operations, recoil. And then we start the clock on a stand to run and we watch it. We set that clock to beat and test the clock, and we'll set it so you can train your ear to know what it is, and also that you can use a special machine called the Time-Trax. In fact, Time-Trax timers were made by a man who is going to come and teach us how his machine works in class. I think that's going to be great. Okay, how much is it going to cost? First of all, how much time is it going to cost? Well, it's 1,440 hours of instruction and the lab. I'm sorry, that's the way it is. You can do a clock, 1 or 2 clocks, but you need the time to be able to know everything and be able to do multiple clocks. There's too many people out there that are fly-by-night. They fixed a clock for their friend, and now they think they can go into business, and they just can't. Now, this work can be done during the day, during our school day, or at night and weekends, as your schedule allows. In fact, some people are asking us to see if they can do it via Skype or internet stuff. And we're working on that, but we know that it takes a personal touch. Someone has to be there to actually show you. You can just do so much on the internet, on video, and then you need someone. Where is it? Our school is in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, but you can learn during the day, night, via video. Here we will do a supervision of a qualified clockmaker close to you. One man is thinking about taking the class, coming in for his 2-week vacation, intensive time with us, and then doing his labs for 6 months with a qualified clockmaker close to him, and then coming back to do more intensive time. We will work with you. If you want to learn how to fix clocks, we will work with you. Okay, now how much will it cost? Because everyone wonders how much will it cost. So here we go. It's $6.50 an hour. That doesn't sound like a lot, but when every class is 720 hours, it's going to cost $4,680 per class, and that is books need to be added to that. That's $300. How are you going to pay for this? Well, first of all, if you're in a government program, you can ask your counselor for help. Many times, the Department of Rehabilitation Services, and now we're hoping to work soon with the Veterans Administration, will pay for the whole thing so that you can get gainfully employed. Remember, there are 2 classes to take, so you're going to need to do about $9,000, maybe $10,000 to get this done. There are work-study options. If you live in town especially, you can do work for us, a work-study program so that you can help pay that down. There are loans available from banks. You can take out a bank loan for this. We don't have student loans yet. We need to be there for quite a bit of time and get our complete accreditation from the federal government. We are certified and licensed in the state of Oklahoma, and now I think we're licensed also in Missouri, but in order to get student aid, we have to be certified by the federal government, and so we're waiting for that. You can barter? How about that? One guy said, hey, you got a car that needs an engine, and I said, yeah, the dumb thing needs an engine. He says, I'll put it in if you let me go to both classes. And I said, done. So he's putting an engine in for me, and he gets to go for free. Another man is working on making special displays for me. He gets to go for cheaper. For every hour that you spend for me, doing something for me in barter, I will give you an hour of classroom instructions and lab work. So it could work out for you to come into the classes much cheaper, or even for free. We do have a payment plan too. If you want to make it a bi-monthly payments, we can do that also. So who are you going to contact? Well, Leslie Dismukes is the lady who's in charge of making sure people are have their contracts all done. You see theclockschool@yahoo.com. That's the one that you send an email to, or text, or write, or text, or call 918-409-5043. And then there's my information too, Jonathan Schultz, theclockstore@yahoo.com, and 918-520-9829. And then I put the web page addresses down so you can see all about us, theclockschool.org or theclockstore.org, to make sure that it's not being a rip-off or anything. And we would love to talk to you, and you can talk to the state of Oklahoma to see that we have our license and we're not a fraud and all those cool stuff. But I'll leave this up for just a little while. You can copy it, and this is your next step to get in contact with us. Have a great day, and thanks for listening.